Is this a split call?
No, Mr Speaker, it is not.
Thank you. Materia Ture.
Kia ora koutou katoa, he mihi aroha ki a koutou, especially to those who are in the gallery today to hear and witness the second reading and the committee stages of this legislation. Tēnā koutou te whare. I just wanted to take a very small call to acknowledge and to pay my respects to the iwi who have completed this process as far as it's gotten so far. We are very close to the conclusion of this legislation and of this settlement. As has been repeated often in this House by myself and by other colleagues, we've always had real concerns to make sure that the process for settlements are fair and that those who have been the victims of state unlawful behaviour in the past are able to be to have not mana restored, because their mana has never been lost. It's the Crown's mana that has been lost in the process, not the mana of the iwi, but to have the rights restored to at least some extent through these deals, and to have the chance to make some future decisions with land and resources that otherwise would not have been returned. And although we would rather that there was more returned to the iwi, that they were fully restored and compensated for the losses that they have suffered, we're pleased that there is at least some restoration of those resources. So I just wanted to acknowledge that history and these issues, but also perhaps to identify one concern I would have in this legislation, and it's a message to Auckland City Council, actually, not to the iwi themselves. There is a description in the bill of the iwi having gifted land for various purposes, that was then gifted, I understand, to the council, that the Auckland City Council was very concerned about the return of that land to the iwi, because it's been used as a reserve, not for the purposes that it was gifted, I would say, but for other purposes, and that purpose is public land as a reserve. And the council was very concerned to try to retain that use of that land. But this is the point. When we return resources that were either wrongfully taken or were taken under an agreement that was not honoured, it is not up to the state, the Crown, or the Crown agents like the council to put conditions on the use of that land. It is our obligation, and all of the agents of the state, their obligation, to return that land as it should be for the iwi to make decisions as to what happens to it. And I noticed that there are still some issues around that with this particular land that's being returned to the iwi, that there are zoning issues with that land, and that the council will still have to make some decisions to enable the iwi to be able to use the land as they see fit, as is right. And so I urge the Auckland City Council and those members of Parliament who are involved in Auckland, who are from Auckland, to make sure that they step out of the way and enable the iwi to be able to have full use and decision-making over this land. It is theirs, and they are entitled to do that within the bounds of the law. But trying to retain some control over the use of that land in order to meet other purposes is just not right. And so I hope that Auckland City Council is able to respect the fact that this land now belongs to the iwi and make sure that every possible legal encumbrance is removed from that land to make it possible for them to use it as they best see fit. I look forward to the committee stages. I understand that we will be voting for not only the second reading of this bill, but also for the amendments to this legislation, and therefore to the third reading in time when this deal will be completed and the iwi will be able to take these resources to do with them as they see fit. Tēnā koutou katoa.
Aaron Gilmore.
Mr Speaker, first I want to take greetings to the people from Ngati Whatua who have come here from so far. I feel a bit embarrassed because I'm a recent